Hey fungi friends, I got this really cool product made by EcoVative and their company MyForest. It's a Mycelium Bacon. So I remember hearing about this stuff a while ago, and I'm pretty sure they make it with oyster mushroom mycelium, and it's finally out on the market as something that people can actually buy. So this isn't like a promotion or anything like that. Full disclosure, they sent me some of this because I asked because I was really excited about it. I just wanted to try it. Bacon without the oink. I've tried a lot of sort of mycoprotein based type bacon products, and they fall short of the mark because they just don't have quite the same flavor and texture as real bacon. But I'm really excited about this one because this one's made with oyster mushroom mycelium, and it's different from some of the other ones I've tried before. So I'll just show you guys a couple of notes on this. It's my bacon, the future of meatless. We'll see. My bacon offers all the crispy, smoky goodness of bacon you love without any ingredients you don't. Well, I don't mind pork fat, but I also love mycelium. So this is oyster mushroom mycelium. I believe that's grown out in mats and then compressed, as far as I understand the production. Smells, sizzles, cuts, and chews like meat. It's got pre-coated in coconut oil, so it's got the fat too. That's good to hear. Locally grown on vertical farms in Hudson River, New York. This is what it's supposed to look like. That does look pretty awesome. So if you like them, check out MyForest Foods. They're on Instagram. Mycelium and mushrooms are far more sustainable than any form of meat will ever be. It's comparable nutrition, doesn't have quite the same fat or protein content. Yes, hello, Tiger Boss. Sorry, sweetie. I'll be with you in a moment. Just hang on. Okay. Satisfying texture, rich savory flavor, no cholesterol. Pretty cool. I'm really excited to check this out. So it's plant-based, locally crafted, so it's definitely vegan because it's oyster mushroom mycelium, but it's supposed to bring a lot of flavor. The party, one note, they say don't freeze this stuff, which is good because I was thinking about popping this in the fridge or the freezer when I was going to go away, but I decided, screw it, let's just try it out. Premium, loving crafted, and it's only like $9. So yeah, check out MyForest Foods if you want to learn more. One of the coolest things about this is that it came in this mycelium packaging. So this is not styrofoam. This is plant material, looks like probably just straw mostly, that's been colonized by mycelium, most likely a Ganoderma, so like a reishi kind of mushroom. And then they took it out and they dehydrated it, heat treated it, and inactivated the mycelium. So this is packaging material that is hopefully going to be the wave of the future. Instead of using styrofoam and other petroleum plastic-based products, we'll start using these biodegradable mushroom mycelium things. You could even take this and pop it in your garden and it would turn into good soil. It might grow mushroom, I don't know, maybe it's been baked out, but either way, it's really cool to have sort of green sustainable packaging. And this company EcoVative does a lot of innovation in the mushroom space, and they've helped spawn different myco-materials from packaging stuff to sort of leather-like products. They're getting into food things. They're a really neat company. I'm excited to learn more about what they do. But anyway, I'm going to try out this My Bacon stuff. Should be pretty cool. I'm not going to make a BLT, I'm just going to try it straight, but I love the idea of trying a mushroom bacon BLT. That sounds pretty awesome. So we're going to pop this open and give it a taste, see what it looks like. So I'll give you guys my honest thoughts on this. I am an omnivore and I eat everything, including bacon. But I love eating more sustainable proteins when I can, and mushroom proteins are really good for you, and more importantly, the fiber in mushrooms is really good for you. So if we look at the nutrition slices or nutrition facts here, usually a couple slices of bacon is 80 to 100 calories, something like that. Has tons of saturated fat. This is a fair bit because it's still got coconut fat, but here's the thing you don't see in bacon. There's no dietary fiber in bacon, so I think that's kind of cool to see that. It's got probably a tiny bit of sugar they add just for flavor. Not a lot goes into this stuff. Let's see, mushroom, mycelium, salt, coconut, sugar, natural flavor, beet juice for color. Yep, that's pretty much it. There's no preservatives or anything like that. But this stuff can last, it says 42 days since they make it. So I'm excited to try this out. I'm gonna pop this open and put this in a pan. So I'm gonna start my pan here and just preheat a little bit. I'll probably cook this around, medium heat. It doesn't necessarily need to render quite the same way as real bacon because they put fat on it, but I'm guessing that there's maybe not fat kind of to be rendered out of it in the same way as real bacon. But what I do want to do is get it really nice and crispy. So And pop this open. Take a look at the slices there. Ooh, it's got really nice smoky flavor. That's that's a pretty easy thing to do with food science, is to add nice smoke flavor. Some of the smoke flavors I've had be kind of overwhelming, and this one is very like, it's subtle but pronounced at the same time. Yeah, let's see, let's take a piece out here. It's good. Some of the other bacon-like products I've gotten are really hard to like separate, so I'm glad to see that this comes apart pretty easily, and it's got lots of that nice coconut fat on there. It smells good and smoky. Texture looks pretty good. It's kind of floppy here before we cook it, but I'm gonna go pop it in the pan, and we're gonna see how it looks. So we'll try out this MyForest Foods, EcoVative oyster mushroom mycelium bacon stuff, right? So that's pretty cool. It's an interesting thing to do on a Friday night, I was gonna save this for breakfast, but I was sitting around, it's like I need to do this before I go away for a little bit, and I'm hungry, so gosh darn it, maybe I'll do breakfast for dinner and make some mycelium bacon. So I'm gonna try to put that fat under there, because you definitely need the fat to help crisp this up. So again, I'm pulling another slice out of the bag here. Kind of see what it looks like in the bag. Okay, so this piece is pretty fatty. We'll put that down, fat side down, and just start working those two pieces. They did say not to freeze this, so I guess I'll have to try to eat this stuff before I go away. Or maybe I'll try freezing it and see what happens. My guess is that it would probably just turn into one big solid mass, potentially. Oh gosh, my cat is... I gotta give my cat a little bit of love here, so I'm gonna pop you guys down here on the pan, and I'll turn this up a bit so we get it moving, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna go give my cat some love. Kitty! Tiger paw, what is wrong? Okay, so she was just being a princess. Yeah, this it doesn't look like real bacon. At no point is mycelium bacon ever going to look like real bacon, and that's probably a good thing, to be honest. I've seen some other products that mimic the color and the texture a little bit better, but it doesn't really add much in the end, because once it cooks off, it ends up kind of all being the same color anyhow. It's just like bacon. I think it's okay to have products that are alternatives to meat that remind us of meat but don't have to be exactly like them, because meat is meat and mushrooms are mushrooms, and different forms of protein can look and taste different but still be equally as good. And the big benefit of this stuff is that they can grow this, I think production time said like 12 days or something like that. They can go from let's see, pull my notes out here. So they sent me some notes on this. I'm just like reading some of this stuff. I thought one of these things said that they could grow a batch of this stuff in like 12 days, which is insane, because if you think about like the lifetime of a pig and how long a pig takes to come to maturity, and then the brutality of having to slaughter a pig. Pigs are smart, they're cute. I do love eating bacon, but I don't feel great about eating pigs. They're smart animals. Anyhow, yeah, you can grow a batch of this mushroom bacon stuff in like 12 days at a fraction of the environmental and nutritional cost. So this is much, much more efficient protein in many ways. And so I'm excited to see, how crispy we can get this stuff. I probably should have preheated my pan a little bit more to give it some more sizzle, but I have a feeling this will get there. No, it's not from the fruiting bodies. I believe this is mycelium, and I think that's part of the reason why it goes so quickly, because you can get mycelium to colonize a substrate, especially sort of like a thin substrate, pretty fast. And so I believe they grow like a thick mat of mycelium, and they use mechanical compression to push it down. They probably poke all these little holes so it's not too fibrous, and they probably do a little like soaking in some sort of food flavor solution. Aren't mushrooms smarter than pigs? No, pigs are definitely smarter from an animal sense than mushrooms. Mushrooms display what's called network intelligence, which is pretty amazing that like a patch of mycelium in the soil, it has no brain, eyes, mouth, nose, any central processing center, can make these like coordinated decisions across that mycelial network about like when to make a mushroom, what to do about competition, what to do about, you know, environmental stress. It's pretty incredible what fungi do in terms of the intelligence they display for something that isn't an animal. But, you know, I think by any traditional definition of intelligence, pigs are still more intelligent than mushrooms. You want to see some more of the packaging? Sure. Here, I'll pop this in front so you guys can see. Here's this is like the packaging they sent me this mushroom bacon stuff in. So it's like, it's basically straw colonized by mycelium. Let's see the inside here. So, I mean, you can put all sorts of stuff in this kind of packing material, and they'll make like custom molds for particular products. But just, you know, imagine getting I don't know, a TV delivered from Walmart, and instead of having this gigantic piece of styrofoam that will never degrade, you instead have this mushroom mycelium stuff, which you could, you know, you can easily just throw it in the trash and it'll get shipped off, or you could throw it in the compost and it'll just break down, or you can just put it in your own yard and watch it break down over time, because it's kind of neat, you know? I just think that's so cool. There's sort of this coming wave we have of all these mycomaterials and different products are coming out. This is starting to have a pretty good sizzle, you know, solid sizzle, as it were. Yeah, get a little color. That's starting to look a lot more appetizing. All right, I might fry an egg up with this. Do a couple of tomatoes. Breakfast for dinner, you know. That's definitely putting off some steam. What does it smell like? It smells kind of smoky, you know, a little bit like bacon. It doesn't smell like pork, you know, so that part isn't like bacon. But it does smell smoky, and I have a feeling it'll, you know, mostly taste like smoke. Cheap bacon doesn't have that much flavor beyond like the little bit of brine and smoke they put in it anyhow. So you know, I'm not going to say that this is going to be as good as like a thick cut heritage pork, you know, bacon, but this is probably going to be as good, maybe if not better, than some of the really cheap crappy bacon that you get at the store, and the stuff is way better for you and way better for the environment. And it comes at like $9 a package, which, you know, I think if you look at the grocery store, you'll often find bacon for somewhere between $4 and $8 a package, so it's, the price parity is pretty much there. And nutritionally, you're getting, you know, a similar amount of, not similar, but fats and proteins. You're still going to get fats and proteins out of it, so. Again, the nutritional facts for mushrooms and meat are different, and that's a good thing. I think you can eat a lot. You could probably eat a lot more of this stuff. You could, you know, you can eat an entire package of this stuff and, you know, really not cause much of a dent in your daily caloric intake. Whereas if you ate an entire package of bacon to start your day, you probably just exceeded your caloric intake by like tenfold, not to mention your sodium and cholesterol. So. Yeah, the right one's cooking up a little bit faster. I think maybe that side of the pan is just a bit hotter. I'm trying to shade this other piece over there. But yeah, I'm gonna let these get nice and crispy. I'll do a little like crunchy taste test here for you guys. And I'm also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this live stream and I'll upload it to YouTube later too. So if you came in late and want to see the whole explanation of this, you can go back and watch this on YouTube. And if you don't subscribe to me on YouTube, well, please do. I put some other types of long form content on there, and some short form stuff, and you know, just trying to do things on all the different platforms, spreading it out, you know. Okay, we're starting to get some good color here. It's like shaping a little bit like bacon. You know how bacon kind of curls a bit? It's doing a bit of that. So, pretty neat to see. I'm sure if I'd started with the pan a little bit hotter, it probably would have cooked a little faster here. I was also thinking about just doing this. I have like a little electric griddle. I was like, I could sit down and like cook the whole thing on an electric griddle in front of you. But this is fine. I like cast iron. It works well. So maybe what I might do, just on the side here, kind of paying tribute to a little old English breakfast I'll do, just to fry up a tomato real quick. So I'll try to get some of that like the recipe that came with this was to make a mushroom bacon BLT, and that, I mean, that sounded amazing to me. But it's like, I don't have the bread, I don't have the lettuce. I got plenty of mayonnaise, but I'll just do the tomato part of this, but as like a grilled tomato, so like a nod to a full English frap, as they call it. You shouldn't cook too much acidic stuff on your cast iron, but just a couple of tomatoes, brown them off, that'll be fine. So that looks pretty good, huh? Yeah, it does look pretty good. Okay, yeah, these are getting relatively crispy, pretty brown on the edge. One piece went a little faster than the other piece, but it's looking good. Now the tomato looks extra red because we're on the black cast iron, you know, contrast. So, I'm pretty excited about this. Oh, it's starting to smell. It's smelling really good. Yeah. Yeah, now it's actually, I mean, honestly, I'm getting some kind of meaty notes off this. You know, I think if someone walked into my house right now, they'd ask me, Gordon, are you cooking bacon? And I go, yeah, I am, but it's mycelium bacon. So look at that. I'm going to let it get a little bit crispier. Just keep going just a little bit more. I can see, I think, why they poke all the little holes in this, is that allows the fat to, like, bubble up in between the little bits of the you know, mycelium, compressed mycelium, so you're going to get nice and crispy all the way through, instead of just being kind of, like, crispy on the edge and still soggy in the middle. Yeah, like I said, this would be incredible in a sandwich, or you really cut this up and sprinkle it on top of stuff. If you're doing like a baked potato, make little bacon crumbles with this, mycelium bacon crumbles. You know, there's enough fat in this too that you could use the fat, the nice smoky fat from this, to flavor dishes too, which is really, like, that's the thing that I love about bacon, isn't even the bacon part, it's the fat from the bacon. And so I'm stoked that they're using like good coconut oil and nice smoked flavor with this, which gives this product a lot of utility. So, just once again, this is the My Bacon stuff from a company called MyForest. They're I think they're split off from EcoVative, which made the really cool mushroom packaging they sent this to me in. So you can check them out on Instagram. EcoVative's got an Instagram too. I don't think they're on TikTok or YouTube, but you know, they are pretty social media savvy, so if you get a package and you tag them, they'll probably tag you back. So, yeah, like I said, this isn't sponsored or anything, I asked them to send me some, and they did, because they're nice folks, and I'm really excited to try this, so. But I'll definitely, I'll give you my honest opinion about it, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I just turned the heat off, because that's looking kind of like nicely done. I got a nice little crust on my tomato and tomatillo over here, so I'm going to give those just a little salt bay action. Oh yeah, oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, this is, someone mentioned like cooking hamburgers in your bacon fat, so if you rendered out this bacon to put on a veggie burger, you could then cook your veggie burgers in the nice smoky fat and give it some really good depth of flavor. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm gonna let this just kind of cool down. It's not so much fat that, like with bacon, that I think you really need to drain it, and it's, you know, I'm not worried about eating this coconut fat. So I think it was a serving, 2 slices of a serving. Oops, sorry, 2 slices of a serving was like 50 calories. Some fat, because you have a bunch of coconut fat in there, a good amount of sodium, and that bacon is always salty. A little bit of fiber, which is cool. That's because it's mushroom mycelium, and that's something that bacon does not have, and that's a really important, I think, thing that people forget about in their diets, is eating enough fiber. And when I say fiber, I don't just mean eating a salad or eating like a package of a whole box of Wheaties kind of thing. It's not, you know, fiber isn't consuming a wicker swing set. Fiber should be everything you eat, fruits and vegetables and mushrooms and whole grains and nuts and seeds. And, you know, we as humans were meant to eat a very diverse diet of things, and because of like mass homogenization and processed foods, we've vastly reduced the complexity of our diets. Most foods are made out of very similar components, especially processed foods, because they're all just like the things that the food industry, has figured out how to make a set of products with these like relatively inexpensive ingredients of soy and corn and other stuff like that. And mushrooms are an incredible source of that dietary fiber and all of that complexity. And so this is ooh, that is hot. Okay, let me put that down. So this is oyster mushroom mycelium that's grown into mats, and I believe they compress it, and then they probably poke a bunch of little holes in it and soak it in some flavor stuff, and that's what this is. So I'm going to maybe we'll pick this up again. I'm gonna once this is cool enough for me to touch. Oh wow! Oh man! Wow, that's good. Okay, hang on. Let me point the camera at myself. I'll show you guys what this looks like when I eat it. That's like really good, actually. Nicely done. Okay. So here's my little piece of bacon. Not actual pork. Mushroom bacon. Solid crunch. And it's chewy, like real bacon would be, but then it kind of melts in your mouth too at the same time. And just lots of little crispy bits. Oh god, yeah. I would eat this. I would buy this. I should go buy this. Yum. Yeah, if you're a vegan vegetarian, this is the way to go. And even if you're not, and you want to eat bacon more often, but you don't want to because it's not super good for you, or you don't feel good about the way that pigs are treated on a industrial scale, this is definitely the thing. I can make a batch of this stuff in 12 days with minimum amounts of water. This is the food of the future. Wow. I don't know if it's in grocery stores yet. If you can check out MyForestFoods.com, you can probably look up there where you can buy it. They said it was $9 a pack, which is not bad for something that has so much flavor and is nutritionally pretty good for you. So thanks once again to EcoVative and MyForest for sending this mycelium bacon. It's really good. I'm super stoked. I think I'm gonna go just mange down on the rest of this. So I will bid you guys adieu, but definitely try it out if you get a chance. And like I said, I'll repost this stream to YouTube so you can always watch this later and get the whole story. Okay. Be well, guys. Adios.